Hey there, my name is Devin. I'm your host with Awaken Us podcast, and I just wanted to say welcome. And we are so excited to have you here, and thank you for coming along this journey with me as I'm going to take the next few minutes to share with you my vision on this podcast and really how the Lord was speaking to me about creating a community where we can just seek God together. We could talk about things that we walk through and hopefully give you guys some advice and let you know that it's okay sometimes that you mess up. I know that I come from a very imperfect past, and past as in that is who I was and not who I am. And I find joy and peace and rest in that. So one of the things that I wanted to create this podcast for was to create a community of people where we could be a family as God intended it to be, as we are all of God's children. There's a verse in Psalms 24 that says, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it. The world and all its people belong to him, for he laid the earth's foundation on the seas and built it on the ocean's depths." And it's such a beautiful reminder that everything within this world, including ourselves, belongs to him. And as long as we remember that, I think it really puts some things in perspective. So my vision behind this podcast was that I felt like there needed to be a place where we could just be transparent and we could be real with each other about real life issues that we all walk through while being a follower of Jesus, while being a child of God. I think sometimes there is a mistake in what appearances look like in Christianity, and I am here to tell you that it is definitely not always as it appears. So with that being said, myself and Renee, who is my co-host on this podcast, she and I sometimes we tackle some controversial topics, and I think that I want to welcome those discussions because I think it's good to have an open platform where we can all be honest with each other. We can talk about mistakes, we can talk about things that we've learned, what the Lord's been showing us, how we're growing and moving in different areas, and really what it's like to be a child of God every single day. And we all fall short, but the good thing is God's grace, it renews every single day, and it's unlimited. So it's okay sometimes that we mess up, and it's okay sometimes that we don't get it right. I know I don't. Every single day I fall short. But creating an environment, a family, and a community where we can share those things together. I also want to be your prayer partner. I want to pray on behalf of whatever it is that you need. I want to war with you. I want to walk through these things with you. I want to see the seeds planted. I want to see the growth. I want to see you equipped and walking in the fullness of what God has called you to be. So that's my vision behind this podcast. And I am so excited that the Lord has really just opened all the doors. Like this vision for the podcast came several years ago, but there were hurdles that I think we had to get through and really trying to figure out how we're going to make all this work. How is this going to be something we really could do? But God just opened every single door, and it's just been an incredible journey leading up to the premiere of our first episode. There's been a lot of laughs in this room as we have messed up and didn't know how to work equipment, and we're learning all of this, and thank God for certain people being placed in our lives that are a little bit more versed in this than we are. So I am just so excited, you guys. I'm so excited to see what God does. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing, and I cannot wait to see how far God takes us. We do have an email. It's awakenuspodcast@gmail.com. You'll hear in every episode that we record and that we post onto our channel that you are absolutely 100% welcome to email us prayer requests, questions. If you just want to have a conversation, if you need a friend, all of those things. We want to be all of that for you. This is a safe community of God's people, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that. And I think there's definitely times that I can remember the Lord placing certain people in my life at times when I needed them the most. And I even can say that I didn't realize necessarily that it was the Lord really aligning things for me, but it was, and it always has been, even if I didn't want to admit it myself. But people are sometimes placed in your life for a season, for a purpose, and you know, if you need that person, if you need that support, that's what we're here for. So I cannot wait for you guys to tune in on to our first episode tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see you guys there. We love you, and see you in the episode.